for you to build into a man that operates at the highest level, you must build your capacity. Now, man, I've got myself to a point in my life where I have been able to manage a busy schedule and not burn myself out. Now, in the past, with my busy schedule, I'm going to be honest, I've burnt myself out and I've lost my drive ambition for a short period of time. And to take the basic action, it's been very challenging to do. But over the past 2 years or so, I've been working on building my capacity. This means being able to spend time with my family or my mum, right? Being able to train at a high level, box at a high level, build my business, have all these ideas that I'm putting into it, be able to lead a team with my coaching business, and to get in shape along the way and do all the extra tasks around it. And it's been a busy schedule over the past 5 years, to be honest with you. But the past 2 years have been extremely busy, and I've built up the ability to manage this all and really live in a flow state, in a state where it is manageable and it's a balanced state for me. Now, capacity is when you can handle many different things in life without burning yourself out, and you're not just surviving week to week. This means you're managing your stress, you're managing work, you're managing your business, you're managing family, you're managing your training, you're managing your nutrition, and you're managing everything else that goes on around that. And you're trying to do this, but you're burning yourself out and you're trying to survive week to week. Capacity is when you have the ability to manage all these different areas and you're in a flow state. And that is when you are operating at a higher level and operating above the average man. Now, the average man today, and you might be watching this by the way, right? Because I was once in your position, and I've been able to work around this through understanding truly what's holding me back, but changing a few beliefs as well, right? So you could be in a position where you can only handle one or two things. Maybe that's showing up to the gym a few times a week, logging your food, and if you try and push the boundaries on that slightly or higher on that, then you burn yourself out. Now, that is a clear indication that you're not operating at the highest level and you have a wee bit of work to do. Because when you're focused on your training and nutrition, your family life might suffer, your business might suffer, your work might suffer, and you're finding it very hard to balance all these out. And before you know it, your training nutrition has stopped completely, and you're saying excuses that my work is too busy, I don't have time to do this, and you're generally believing the stories that you're telling yourself. But the truth is, man, if you hold up the mirror, is you don't have the capacity to manage all these things, and you're not at higher enough level to manage all these things and get the results that you want. But your consistency is going to come down to how you manage your stress, how you manage your mindset, and how you show up to life on a daily basis. Because if you're just all focusing on your training and nutrition for the next few weeks and you end up neglecting it because you can't handle it, then what results are you going to get? Now, I'm not saying that you need to be a completely balanced man, but what I'm saying is you need to be able to manage different areas at different times and be in a flow state, not to burn yourself out. We don't want to burn yourself out because that's not a place that you want to be. Now, you first need to check and to see if your motivation is driven by pain. Now, if your motivation is driven by pain, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to recognize that, because if it's driven by pain, then what can potentially happen is you're going to continue to push forward regardless and hit your head off a ceiling or hit your head off a brick wall, and that is how you burn yourself out. Instead of looking at yourself from a different point of view and with a clear perspective and having tactical mental recharges to bring your energy back up, but also being able to manage different things at different times and understanding what needs to take priority at different times in your life as well. Now, how we can build our capacity and what it looks like. Building your capacity means that you could potentially getting up, having a bit of downtime to yourself in the morning. You're working on yourself in the morning. You're maybe going to the gym. You're spending time with your family. You're going off to work. You're feeling fantastic. You're confident. You're strong. You're energetic. You're selecting good choices for your nutrition, and you're getting in shape. You can see the pounds are starting to come off and you're starting to feel better about yourself. You come back from home, you still get energy. You're maybe spending a bit more time with your family. You're maybe working on the business, and or you're maybe going to the gym again. You're doing all these things throughout your day instead of living like the average man. The average man gets up, he's slowly sluggish. He has a poor attitude, a poor demeanour. He's hitting the snooze button 3 or 4 times. He goes into work. He's slogging around. He's got no energy. He's not promoting himself well. He's not presenting himself well. He's eating like a man or like a kid, right? He's snacking all day. His blood sugar's all over the place, and he's not really fueling for life or performance. He's going into the shop. He's getting his Tesco meal deal, and that is his fuel and food for the day. He comes back for work. He sits on the couch. He opens up the biscuits, opens up the cupboard, phones up the takeaway. Maybe having a few bevies or cracking open a few beers, and he's snapping at his wife or girlfriend because he doesn't feel good about himself. That is a man who has low capacity, and a man that is never going to reach his fulfillment or desire unless he recognises what's happening. Now, we don't want to be in that position. We want to be men who are operating at highest level, being able to focus on our business, your boxing, your training, your work, spending time with your family, but building good solid habits and doing this in a place where it's from a flow state, not a burnt out state, because that's the way that I used to live, and I'm telling you now, you will get results, but long term it's not going to be sustainable. So learn from me and learn from the mistakes that I've made, and this is what we're helping men inside our Leader 365 program, helping them become champions of life and building strong routines, habits and discipline that are going to serve them long term and build the consistency that they want. Now, the true payoff of capacity is you're truly able to build the life that you want. You're able to have consistent training, you're able to build better nutrition habits, and you're going to have more energy for your family. This means being more present in the present moment, having downtime, and you're also going to improve your focus at work and elevate your business as well, because the habits you're building off the back end are going to support you to be a stronger man. And that all comes down to you building your capacity. Now, you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself if you're anywhere near this level. Now, don't kid yourself on, because for you to build your capacity and operate at this higher level, it takes work, it takes dedication, it takes changing a few things up in your mindset, it takes being open and honest with yourself, and it takes accountability. But when you're able to operate at this level, your life is in a phenomenal state and you are unstoppable. Not because you feel unstoppable, because you genuinely are unstoppable. You can balance many things at once, right? You're enjoying life, you're at peace, you're fulfilled, but you're also in incredible shape mentally and physically as well. You're performing your best and you're leading life effectively, and you're a true leader in your own life, okay? Every day is not perfect, but you get up, you learn, you grow, and you take life on. That is what building a true capacity is, and it's the ability to manage many different things in your life without burning yourself out. And that is the number one thing that men lack. So men, if you need help with this, we have just created a free training for the men inside of the Leader 365 program that we're giving away. All you have to do is comment in the comment section below in the YouTube, or if anything resonated, pop it below as well. It'll be interested to hear how you're getting on, what your goals are, or if you need help to build up your own capacity. Any questions, men, let me know, and I'll catch up with you soon and chat in the comment section below.